YouTube, please. Wait a moment. Just a moment. Okay. Good evening, YouTube channel. We are here to practice English. And now I will split you in small groups. Okay. Okay. We have one group with 3 people and other 2 persons will be with me in the main room. If the small in the small room someone go out, please you can go back to the main room. Okay, no problem. So guys, please accept the invitation of the small room and see you soon. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, we are here. Elias and Vinicius. Could you present yourself, Elias, for us, please?
Yes, of course. I'm Elias. I'm 35. I'm living in Teresópolis, Rio de Janeiro. It's in mountains region. It's about 2 hours from capital. I'm married too. But I don't have any kids yet. I'm a software engineer. I'm here since for about 2 months, 2 months and a half, almost 3 months, I think. And yes, I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. And you, Vinicius, please go ahead.
Yeah, of course. So good evening, guys. My name is Vinicius. I am 28 years old. I am from São Brás do Suíço. It's a small city in Minas Gerais. It's like 2 hours from Belo Horizonte, the capital. And I am an architect, and also I do my master's in urban mobility in Juiz de Fora, and I think it's this for now. It's this.
Good. We have the 3 professions so different here. One software engineer,
Yes.
One architect, and a pharmacist. I'm a pharmacist. I work at a pharmaceutical company. I am a regulatory affairs analyst. Do you know? I basically prepare the documents that will be submitted to Anvisa in order to have the approval of the registration of medicine products. So
lots of
here,
bureaucracy.
it's so good. It's so good. So guys, today we have some questions about books and movies. And I'd like to know if Vinicius, can you choose some question? You can choose any of it that we have here, and please respond. And of course, ask for other person to respond.
Okay. No problem. So I will choose. I'm choosing the question number 2. Do you remember how many books have you read this year? This year I read 3 books to be exactly. I read what is the first of it? I read now I don't remember the name of the first one, but I know that I read 3, and it is just because the second one I started on January 11th, and I just finished 2 days ago. It was a very heavy book. It's called in English, I think it's Educated. In Portuguese is A Menina da Montanha. It's a very deep and heavy book that talks about a girl that used to live in a mountain, and she was educated by her parents, and then she discovers a whole new world into society. And the story is so surreal that it's hard to believe that it's actual a biography. So it is like a very deep and emotional and heavy, but it's also really good because it makes you think about a lot of things in life that you don't really appreciate, and then reading that story, that confessionals is very relatable. And my third one, it was how can I say this? It is called I think it is called we call it HQ. It's like a story in quadrinhos. It was a book called Heartstopper. It is this book inspired a recent Netflix series that is at the moment right now that is making a lot of success. So I think it's this 3 books, and today I am starting the 4th.
Congratulations! It's so hard to read a book nowadays because we have a crazy routine, and it's so hard.
So Elias,
about you, Elias?
You go next?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this year I don't read any books because I studying some kind of technologies. Then I read some articles. I read some pages of some books, but I don't read any book completely because I study a lot of subjects about technology. Then I study, create a program to learn. Then I don't read any books this year. Not completely.
Yes, Elias, I am in the same situation of you because this last year and this year we had a huge new legislation launched from Anvisa. So I am working in part of the regulatory team that is responsible for the technical evaluation of the documents, and we have a lot of new legislations that have been launched from this. So I need to study. I guess every day. For example, today after this meeting, I have a new legislation to study because I needed to prepare myself for tomorrow that I have a discussion about it. And sometimes I don't have time to read a book, but I'm reading legislation and new articles and guidelines of other regulatory authorities. So we have a curiosity about Anvisa is that Anvisa is part of a team that is that has, for example, the European authority, the American authority, the United States authority, and other Australian, Canadian, and Japanese regulatory authorities, and they launch sometimes every year new legislations as well for all world, all countries, and we need to study as well. So it's good because I can practice my reading in English, but it's so hard because we needed to pay attention and to analyze and study and of course promote and discussion about it. So that's it. And Elias, can you choose another question for us, please?
Okay. Question number 7. What's your favorite book and your favorite movie? Okay. Actually, I don't have many habits of reading, but I have already read some books about how can I say I don't know autoajuda. For example, for I forget the name of the author, but 5 Languages of Love.
Mm-hmm.
Poder do Hábito,
Mm-hmm.
em português. And
Yes.
I read Pai Rico, Pai Pobre. No, I just see but I don't read. I read the I don't know the name. Arte da Guerra.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, I read these books. I read these books. Favorite movie? Marvel movies. I don't know if I had a favorite one. I don't know. I like Marvel movies. I don't watch the last Doctor Strange. I'm going to watch this Saturday.
Yeah, good.
And about you, Sarah?
Oh, guy. A favorite book? I think yes, I'm a Christian person, and for me, Bible is my favorite book, and it's true. But I have the Little Prince. Do you know? I like a lot that book. It's so simple but so deep at the same time. So I like a lot that book, and I was try to read the I don't know in English, but it's the sequence of books of Crônicas de Nárnia. So I was trying to read, and I'm the third book. I needed to finish. And about the favorite movie, I like a lot Marvel movies. As you, Elise, I like a lot. And I like movies that you need to think, you need to understand. I don't like movies that are so, we have a lot of violence. I don't like. But in the same time, I don't like the lovely romance movies. I like the movies that you need to understand, you need to think to understand. There is four movies that are in the same sequence, but are different stories. I don't know if you already listened. These movies is the Departamento Q, and we have four movies about this department que it's so good. I really recommend you watch these movies, and have some parts of violence. Yes, deep violence, but you need to understand the history, and the end of the history, you feel surprised in the end of the history. So I think that's it. And you, Vinicius?
Sarah,
Oh,
you like Chronicles of Narnia, all right?
yes, yes,
Do you know that the author C.S. Lewis is a theologist?
yes,
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 and these books, it's another way to to tell the story of Jesus Christ. You know,
yes, yes. I
very interesting.
already, yes, I already listened something about it, and this is a reason that motivated myself to start to read this book. So yes, it's so good, and I'm the third book. I need to finish all of them. There are seven books, I think. What about you, Vinicius? And you?
So my favorite book, I guess, is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It is a book that is like a biography, but it's not real. It's like a fictional biography of an actress in the whole Hollywood era. It's like in the 1920s, 30s, I guess. And it talks about the life of a woman that is that needs to really adapt to a lot of challenges in her life, and it's very involving, the story, because she needs to hide some parts of her life and then showcase another ones as she really pop in the in this movie industry. And sometimes she really wants to do this, and 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 in other times don't. But it's a really great story. It is being adapted to a movie by Netflix, and I guess will come out on next year. And my favorite movie for me is really
Vinicius, sorry for interrupting you. I needed to just a moment em português,
okay.
ok? Tem uma pessoa aqui tocando campainha, eu tô sozinha em casa. Eu acho que eu preciso
Okay.
atender, eu não sei quem é,
Okay.
mas pode continuar com o Elias, eu já retorno, gente. Me
Okay.
desculpem, tá? Só um minuto.
Okay. So my favorite movie, I guess it is. I guess I have two main favorite movies, but for me, it is really hard to choose between these two because they are very, very different. One is it's a very trashy movie. It's a film just to watch and relax. It is White Chicks, in Portuguese as Branquelas. It's a really movie just to laugh and talk about later. And the other one is a movie by the Spanish director Pedro Almodóvar that is called The Skin I Live In, or in Portuguese, A Pele que Habito. There is a story about a father that is trying to really overcome the loss of a daughter, and the outcome of the film, the outcome of this movie. It is very how can I say this? It's very surprising. It's a really good movie. And you guys talked about Marvel movies. I think the last one I watched from Marvel was Black Panther, and I really like it. but usually I don't watch these superhero movies, and it is just because when you go watch one, people say that you need to watch another one and then another one to understand the whole plot of the story, and sometimes this bothers me because because I just need because I just want to watch one movie and then they'll like go crazy. No, you don't. You just have to, and they make a whole sequence of movies that you need to watch, then watch this movie. But I think in this field between Marvel and DC, I think maybe I am kind of more in the DC side because the last movies from them, like Joker, that is Coringa in Portuguese, I really like it. Birds of Prey, Aves de Rapina, I really like it. So I think it's this.
And nowadays we have some series, the Marvel series that tell some parts of the history that you need to understand as well.
This is good.
I really recommend, for example, Wanda.
WandaVision.
So good. It's so good. And I watched Watchmen. Watchmen is so good as well. So I don't know if Elias watched this series, but they are so good. And continuing with our discussion, the question number 5. When a story has a book version and a movie version, do you prefer to read the book or to watch the movie? I think I'm trying to read the Crônicas de Nárnia first and then watch the movie. I prefer to read the book first and then watch the movie, but sometimes I don't have time to wait, and I wouldn't like to wait, read the book, and I watch the movie first. And you, Elias, what is your response?
Okay, and I don't have a very I don't have the habit of reading, but then usually I don't know the history of a movie or of a book until the release of the movie. Then, for example, Crônicas de Nárnia. I don't know that is the that she have a book from Crônicas de Nárnia until the release of movie. Then I usually watch the movie first. I don't usually okay, the movie is great, then I'm going to read the book. I don't usually do this. It's I have to try to read more.
Yes, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes that we have the move of a book or a book that is related to a movie, but the Marvel movies are based on the history, the square history. This is
Yeah,
the name.
I don't know.
Let me.
So I guess in English we say HQs. It is a sigla for history something. HQ.
Okay.
HQ.
Yes. But the name is comic.
Yes.
Comic, yes. And I didn't read a comic yet. but I have a curiosity to read it, to understand if the movie is telling the same situation that the comic is telling, because I already listened that the comic is much more deep in the scenes, the characteristics of the oh, how can I say, the people, the guys, than the movie. So it's interesting. One day I will read.
Yes, because the comics, I don't know how often they release a comic, but the comics are there are many years that a sequence of comics are released. Then when a movie is released, one movie from 2 3 hours resume, I don't know,
Yes.
40 50 comics, I don't know. For example, some in Marvel movies, when Thanos appear for the first time, I think the roteiristas imagine that everyone know who is Thanos. I didn't know who is Thanos when he appeared for the first time.
Yes. Yes, me neither. And you, Vinicius, what do you think about the question number 5?
So for me, it is kind of similar to you guys, because when I don't know that we have a book based on a movie, or a movie based on a book, I just watch the movie or read the book. But when I find out that a movie it is based on a book, usually I try to read the book first, but only if this story really interests me. Like I said before, Heartstopper, that is a series on Netflix. This week I am reading the comics that inspired the series. Just to, like, in 2 weeks, just in 2 weeks I will be watching the whole series, because for me, once we read the books, we try to really imagine some things in our head, and then check when we see the movie. But when we do the opposite, watch the movie first and then read the book, we don't have like this whole range of imagination, because a lot of things that is already in your head, like the character's face, the character's voice, a lot of things that usually you imagine will be ready for you already in your mind. So I think for me is this.
Yes, good. Of course, that books are so important to create an image of the situation, and we work our mind, our brain on that, and it's so more productive for us than just watch a movie. And of course, and Vinicius, please choose a question. Go ahead with our conversation.
Let's see. So question number 8, about movies. Do you prefer to go to the cinema, or do you prefer to watch movies at home? So for me, usually when I have the chance to go to the cinema and the tickets are not so so expensive. Usually I like to go to the cinemas because I think we create a whole universe, like it's a really big room, a really big screen. I think it really affects the experience of watching the movie. But once I live in a small city, usually I watch at home. So for me, but usually I try to watch movies in the cinema only when I really like the movie, or when everybody's talking about the movie. The film is very hyped by everyone, because once we don't have like a lot of discussion about the movie, I tend to think that the movie is not that good. So I try to watch at home, just to not spend a lot of money in a ticket. So for me, I think it's this. And what do you think, Elias?
Some kind of movies I prefer to watch in cinema. For example, Marvel movies. I watched in the cinema almost all of them. I don't watch the second Iron Man. Or first Iron Man, first Avenger. I don't remember. But I sometimes I watch it at home too. Especially that I study English. I am studying English. Then I watch again to with subtitles and audio in English to practice. For example, Spider-Man No Way Home. I watched in the cinema, and watched again in home to practice, because I usually go to the cinema with my sister, my wife, some friends. Then usually they watch we watch in Portuguese. Then to practice my English, I usually watch a movie again in English. But not all kind of movies, especially blockbusters. Some kind of movies in cinema, I really don't care about them. And about you, Sarah?
Yes, I think that I'm in the same situation of you. Some movies I prefer to go to the cinema. Some of them I prefer to watch at home. Nowadays we have a lot of stuff to choose. For example, we have Netflix, Prime, Amazon Prime, and have Disney, and what else? And maybe we can, I think we can buy the movie at the
Yes.
websites, and we can rent sometimes the new movies. So it's so easy to watch at home, and we feel free to eat whatever we want, and to be so relaxed in our space. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes I feel so angry in some cinemas because we pay a lot of money, and the places we have some people who talk aloud, and maybe it's not good to watch the movie at cinema, but it's good at the same time. Sometimes it's good as well. And Elias, can you choose another question for us, please?
Okay. What kind of genres of books and movies do you like? Comedy, horror, sci-fi, action, romance? I like especially action and comedy horror movies. And sci-fi too. Yes, I think it's it. Romance I don't like it. I don't like it very much. But yeah, comedy or sci-fi action. Sci-fi I watched the Matrix. The first trilogy is amazing. The last one movie I don't like. But the idea is very nice. Comedy, I don't know the name in English. Sim Senhor, with Jim Carrey. Todo Poderoso, Almighty. There's a lot. Show of Truman. Last month I watched the trilogy of Annabelle or a movie. I watched in English. The first and second movie are amazing. The third, I don't know. I don't like. I don't like. Yes, I think it's it. And what about you, Vinicius?
So for me, I think my favorite genre of movie and books is usually something based on life events or biographies. Maybe sometimes, but like fake biographies, like create a biography of a character, or really biographies of some people that are really famous. Like this year we have the movie House of Gucci that was starred by Lady Gaga. There was a story about the murder of Maurizio Gucci. It was an Italian entrepreneur that owns the brand Gucci. And the movie, I quite didn't like it, but I like this kind of movie. And comedy, like I said before, I love white chicks. That's in Portuguese is as branquelas, because they're really like you go watch it and you don't have to think about nothing. You just laugh and relax. But usually, I think I really like dramas based on life events, comedies, and romances, and I think it's this sci-fi I like, but I don't love it. And horror. When I was younger, I used to love it, like the Premonition series. There's Premonição in Portuguese. I loved that. There is another famous one that is, I guess, is with Leonardo DiCaprio. That is Interview with the Vampire. That I used to love it too. And Elias, you talk about Truman Show. I love the movie. I think it's really good, and it really makes you think about a lot of things in life that usually, like maybe they're controlled or no, or maybe this is like destiny wrote this for me in my life or no. I think when I watched it the first time, I think about it like a week, thinking like someone crossed it in front of me in the street, and I thought maybe it was an actor or something like that. But I really enjoyed that movie. And what do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, you was talking, and I was remember some movies that so good. I like a lot, and I think to watch again. I need to watch again. Sorry, and I remember about the Fresh Prince. Do you know? Do you like?
Yes,
I like a
Fresh
lot.
Prince of Bel-Air.
I
It's very
watched
good.
some several times. I watched it. I like a lot. but it's a series about a movie. I don't like horror movies. I didn't watch yet because I don't like it. And I will not do something that I don't like. And sci-fi I like a lot. Matrix, it's a good movie, and the trilogy, as you said, Elias, it's so good. I didn't watch the last one, so but I will watch, and maybe all people are describing that it's not good as the previous movies, but yes, the subject and the meaning of the movie, it's okay, it's interesting. Action movies I like a lot, but I don't like the huge violence, as I said. Romance, I like it once. Nowadays I don't like. I don't know. Maybe I cry. So I avoid. I don't like to cry every time. So yes, I like almost films of Leonardo DiCaprio. I like Ilha do Medo. I forgot. Titanic, and almost of the movies of him I like a lot. So about books, I like to read comic books and action, maybe sci-fi. I like romance. I avoid as well, as I said. And history books I like a lot. History, some histories that in fact happened, I like. So that's it. And Elias, to conclude our conversation, please choose the last one question to us.
Nowadays, books have been shown in another ways, like digital books, Kindle too. Do you like use one of these tools to read? Yes, I like. I have one, Kindle, but I don't use very. I don't use a lot. I have to start reading more. I bought some books, English vocabulary, technical books, but I like it. It's very comfortable, read, very convenient. But I have to read more. And about you, Vinicius?
So I also have a Kindle. For me, it's a really great tool because I think because I think I read a lot faster in Kindles than like paper books, because I think it's very light. It's not heavy. You can carry it to everywhere you go. Like it is always in my bag, or also when I go like to the hair salon, or when I go to the bank, and I am waiting in lines. I am just opening them and reading a lot of things. And for me, it was a really game changer. Have a Kindle to read in English, because we have like this vocabulary tool that we can click. We can click. We can touch a word, and it is showing the meaning of this word. And I think this really develops your English a lot faster than just read a book in paper in English. And for me, it is also a really good thing because the battery is very like it has a very long life battery that like I have my Kindle for 2 years, I guess, and I only charged it like 4 or 5 times. So the battery is very good. It's amazing. Really, it really has like a 5 or 4 month life battery. It's really good. And what about you, Sarah?
Yes, I like a lot digital books, Kindle. I don't have a Kindle yet, but all books that I read is in the digital way. So yeah, it's so good because we can read it in any place that we are. So it's so good. Nowadays, all of us have this kind of stuff at home, at the work. So it's good. Hi guys, I would like to know how was the conversation in the small room. Franciele, today was your first time here. And how was the conversation with Claudia and Claudia?
Yeah, it was really nice. I really enjoyed the platform. So I was talking to them that I normally write and read every time in English. So it's really important to practice conversation, and it was a great discussion. I really enjoy this time.
And for you, Claudia, how was the conversation?
Oh, was really good. It's about a nice subject, and we really enjoyed it. And we finished all the questions.
Oh, good. It's good.
And I really appreciated it.
Okay, thank you. And you, Claudio, how was the conversation for you?
Yes, it was very great. You could discuss about books and movies. Claudia told about a series for me to try to watch, and you can exchange about a lot of knowledge in the room.
Okay, it's so good here in the main room. Guys, would you like to talk, to tell us something, Elias? How was the conversation for you in the main room?
The conversation was amazing. I really like to discuss about these topics because sometimes we these topics here in CNC we don't discuss it in Portuguese. Then we can discuss a new topic, a new idea, and practice the English.
Of course, it's so good for us. I really agree with you. And you, Vinicius, how was the conversation for you?
For me, it was great because I love talking about books and movies, and mainly about movies that were based on books. So for me, it's really good. It was a lot of tips from movies and books to watch, and I wrote all of them because nowadays I will try to experiment, to really try new things, new genres.
Yeah. Thank you guys for your opinion on that. all time is a time to practice English here. So I would like to have to give this opportunity for you. In all time, practice and listen and speak English. And guys, we have a survey for our meeting. This is basically to improve our conversation meetings and to do some things new and improve our work here. Okay, so please open the link and you can put your opinion there. Okay, guys. So I wish you all a good evening, a good night, a good weekend, and of course, see you on the next Wednesday in this time. Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
I
Bye
see
bye,
ya.
guys.